There is a seventh dimension, beyond that of internet spam. It is an area as crass as Kevin Spacey and as timeless as obscenity. It is the middle ground between a fight and coitus, between compliance and revolution, and it lies between the pit of man's tears and the summit of his college. This is the dimension of aggravation. It is an area which we call FXBG Pirate Radio. Good evening. Submitted for your approval. 3 young gentlemen with very opinionated tales to tell, talking about the news. I'm sorry, I can't do a Rod Serling impression.
It was close.
Yeah,
it was close.
That takes practice.
I can't do damn, so better than me.
Hi, I'm Rod Serling. Or do it like hello, I am Rod Serling. Thank you very much.
There you go.
Like that. So we're the Shock Monkeys. I'm the Madman. Who else we got? We got EK. His neck looks better now that he's hydrated. Yes,
it is. It is feeling better. The handful of Advil, amongst other.
Your eyes look a little shot, but
yeah,
dude, I probably took about 8 Advil in about.
Yeah, I mean,
an 8-hour period.
I was making fun of him mercilessly because when I showed up, he had like a pillow wrapped around his neck with a bungee cord because he like pulled his neck and it was hurting. So I said, if we're doing the show, we're gonna make fun of you. And so I think he had second thoughts about you seeing it, Tom. So he I don't want Tom making fun of this.
I will make fun of EK.
I felt like it was going to be a distraction.
And we got Tom here, too.
In studio Tom.
In studio Tom. So you want to step right into our weekends? How was your weekend, fellas?
I feel like I need to set up a feature.
What?
I need to set up a feature on my microphone that would be appropriate when announcements are made,
Like a reverb or something?
Yeah, or something, like just like a generic oomph.
Are you making an announcement?
No, you're just like, and then Tom, Listener Tom.
Listener Tom.
Oh, I got you.
Hype man in a can.
Hype man in a can. That rhymed.
It was intentional.
Weekend.
So I'll start, and I'm
Okay.
going to start before the weekend.
All right.
Because I got some grievances to grind.
You know what really grinds my gears?
You know what really grinds my gears? Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
It's
ridiculous.
I'm gonna forgive the fact that we still celebrate this crazy ritual well into the 20th century. But I walk into my office Thursday morning, Groundhog Day. Now, one of my guys who works the overnight shift, around 6 o'clock, he has a Cox cable connection or whatever, one of those, and he's got internet TV. So he will usually watch between HLN News, because that's not liberal or conservative, or at least compared to Fox, kind of middle ground, because we got a mix of that in the office, or the Weather Channel.
Oh, God.
So,
not the Weather Channel.
So he has HLN on. Well, that's why he got rid of Verizon. He had Fios, but Fios doesn't have the Weather Channel, so he switched to whatever I didn't really care what it was.
This better get interesting real quick.
So we have Hot Lady Network on, and you got the anchor that has the beautiful white teeth. But besides that,
Hot Lady Network.
Yeah, HLN News.
Yeah.
What?
Survey says
It's the Hot Lady Network. Have you ever watched HLN?
Yeah. For a couple minutes, then
so
I realized
I understand the stupid tradition. If the damn groundhog sees its shadow, you're gonna have 6 more weeks of winter. What the fuck else do they expect when they have all these big lights shining the whole thing up that you can see the newscasters and everybody's shadows? What the hell do you expect the goddamn thing's going to see? So I've just been pissed off since Thursday about the goddamn groundhog.
That ding signifies Tom getting to his point.
Yes. I tend to ramble. But that was my Thursday. My weekend was good. I turned the big 4-2. Answer to
happy birthday, man. I forgot about it because it was on Facebook.
Right. Well, that's how I know when people's birthdays are.
Well, unless you're turning 21, I mean, there's really no reason to celebrate a birthday.
Well, every 10. Every 10 is a little special.
So when I hit the big 4-0, that's special?
Specialer than
Well,
the
when you
big
hit
3-9.
when you hit 35, you're eligible to be president.
It's better than the big 3-9. Right. What is the, decimalization of birthdays really have to do anything? But, I like to think in tens.
All right. Well, happy birthday,
Well,
belated.
But it was a decent. I went out to dinner Friday night. Went out to brunch Saturday morning. Went out to
Nice.
dinner Saturday night.
So it's like a birthday weekend,
It was
really.
a birthday weekend. My daughter and I went to Mason-Dixon, my favorite restaurant.
Right.
It's Friday night. My son wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons, so
Really?
yeah.
That's awesome.
And my wife was working, so I just took my daughter out. I said, "Well, I want to go out. We're going to Mason-Dixon," and then it's Mason-Dixon for brunch with me and my son when we go get our haircuts.
You go together.
Yeah, I got this Philly cheesesteak omelet. It was delicious. My son got the I drooled over it, the big breakfast burrito with his cheese sauce. And then Castilia's for dinner.
Oh, nice. I love
Uh,
Castillas.
And then Sunday was just lounging around, getting ready for the football. I did get a birthday present. There's that store downtown, Irish Eyes,
Oh, yeah?
on Caroline Street. Shout out to
Yeah.
Irish Eyes. They got me this hat. I like Irish things, being I'm Irish.
No kidding.
So so got me a cool green hat that says Ireland. So that was my present. I'm 42. I don't need presents. So stupid little hats.
You look
more
way
than I
older
want.
than 42.
Thank you. Thank you.
But I look way younger than 39. So I still get carded for beer and shit.
I don't get carded anymore. It's a sad affair. I think it's the gray hair.
Yeah, the grayer I get, the less it happens.
Yeah.
All right, EK, how was your weekend? I hope it's more interesting than Tom's.
But that's my weekend. It's nice. I'm 42 years old. I'm not going out partying every weekend, Mr. Madman.
You're doing it wrong, man. What about you, EK? You tweeting something?
Well, last Thursday, you can't see me because I'm on the other side. There we go. I'm going to adjust my mic so I'm visible.
Are we going to get a ding?
Well, what'd you do this weekend, EK?
I'll give you a ding.
A ding for adjusting my mic.
Survey says. Wow.
No, I can't get the
Your mic's a little limp there.
While he's doing his whatever, I'll tell you about one good thing about this weekend for me.
Stupid mic.
I was getting into an elevator at a hotel, right? It's a busy lobby, a lot of people walking around. And I was the first one in the elevator, and I wait, and then the door started closing. Then somebody says, "Hey, hold the door," and I go, "Hold on."
Hold on.
And they're laughing as they come in the elevator and have a little mild conversation about Game of Thrones.
That's awesome.
Hold on.
I always wait for that.
Yeah. I mean, there are times where I was thinking if somebody shouts, "Hold the door," I'm going to do it. Right? And then I finally got the
Finally
opportunity, Since that episode, I've been waiting for that opportunity because I'm in hotels frequently. It's just being a gigolo. It's So go about your weekend, and then I'll talk about a bad thing this weekend. EK, what'd you do?
I got off. I was off on a Friday night and a Saturday, all day.
What? You work in food service? That's impossible.
Yeah, it really normally is. But I got a couple days off.
What'd you do? Did you party or just sleep?
I
Sleep.
didn't. Well, I actually went out Thursday, and the guys that do Below the Deck.
Yeah.
They had a show downtown at the Bourbon Room, and yeah, it was decent. It's an impromptu hip hop show. Busy performed, Joppy performed, which are just some guys that they've had on Below the Deck, which is every alternating Tuesday around 8 or 9 o'clock, depending on when the guests arrive.
Do they do that here? I always was curious
Yeah.
about that.
It's after our show on not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday.
Excuse me.
But it's local artists and local musicians and stuff
Yeah.
They come and get interviewed and promote their upcoming events and shows and whatnot. So that was really cool. I got to see them perform live. It was nice. But that was on Thursday, and then Friday night I was off early, which was nice. Doesn't ever happen. And then Saturday I was off all day, so I spent a lot of time playing Grand Theft Auto 5 online. Well, I had Luca, so he was sleeping.
Is he your getaway driver?
Yeah. Just put a rubber band around the controller, and he plays the other part with his
You
mouth.
leaning out the window, firing shots at the cops. Take that, pig!
I made the mistake of trying to play once with him in his little bouncy seat next to me, and I'm hunched over in the chair, and my uncle is driving a vehicle, and he's going 100 miles an hour in the game, and Luca starts smacking the controller in my hands, hits the triangle button. I go flying out the car full speed,
man.
rolling down the highway, and then he somehow pressed a series of buttons, got into a menu I didn't even know existed in the game, and I was in a pickup job in Grand Theft Auto, just out of nowhere. I was gone from my uncle's car or anywhere near it.
You just jumped out.
Yep, just leapt out of the car,
Ah.
tossing along the side of the road. There's my exciting
Wild
weekend.
card, baby. Like Charlie from
He just
Wild card.
Wild card, baby.
He just magically knew exactly what buttons to press to monumentally screw up my game.
That's awesome. And then you got people asking, "What the hell was that about?"
Yeah, my uncle was in the headset. What did you just go? What happened to you?
I remember I was playing EverQuest. This was years ago, obviously, and so I was with this group of guys I worked with, and where it's like, "Hey, man, we're level 30 now. We're badass. Let's go to Lesser Fate Arc and go kill a pained unicorn." We're like, "Okay." So, like, the three of us go into the zone. I'm the ranger, and I go hunt down this pained unicorn, and I lead them to it, right? And we start fighting it. And the paladin, right, he goes rushing in there first. We got a dwarf cleric and me, wood elf ranger. We start attacking it. I'm plucking it with arrows, snare, plucking it with arrows. The paladin comes running up there. That pained unicorn took one shot on him. Boom, and he just dropped, right? Then it says Wendigo's corpse right underneath him, right? And the pained unicorn's getting closer and closer. I'm going to have to start to switch to melee, right? So I spin real quick to look at where my cleric is because it's like, why didn't you heal him? You know? Or give him, like, better buffs. But
He must have had Luca push the C button.
no, and so I turn and I look at him, and he is just spinning in one spot. And
Lag?
then the pain unicorn is on me. I'm pull out my sword, just start going at it. I take 2 hits and I'm done. You know, and this is EverQuest back in, the late 90s, so it took forever to load back in.
And
You got to get your corpse back.
The crazy thing is people still play it.
I know. And but I had a conversation with this guy. We called each other up after this. It was like, what the hell happened, man? The cleric, why didn't you do nothing? And he's like, I saw the paladin get one-shotted by the unicorn, and I laughed so hard that I threw my head against the keyboard and my hands were on the keyboard. And I'm just laughing so hard that it was just, I don't know what happened after that. Sorry, guys. As I stopped laughing, all of us were dead. So I was like, oh, I guess I got to go get my corpse now. Lucky we were close to the zone, huh?
Just laughing because a paladin got killed by a unicorn.
It's like, you are the worst cleric ever if you start laughing when people get hurt.
Yeah,
You got hurt. Oh, I should cast heal.
That's going to be Hector in our next human or
Heroes
Heroes
Unlimited
Unlimited game.
Did you level last time? I forgot to ask.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I didn't get much.
What level?
He's level 7 now.
Yeah, nothing.
He got 2 psionic abilities.
Well, nice. I'm writing down hashtags for later.
Hashtag
RPG.
Heroes Unlimited.
RPG.
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 All right, you want to hear about the bad thing that pissed me off this
What's the
weekend?
bad thing?
I mean, it's been a while since I felt like the Madman, right? You know this. You know that,
Yeah.
that medication's been getting good. If you watch that video of me ranting about Cobra Kai and Cobra and G.I. Joe, you see it's kind of positive. Even my rantings are more positive, and I think it's because both the medication and Rebecca Felgate's positive influence on my life. So thank you, Rebecca Felgate, and thank you, Prestique. So, that being said, I haven't really wanted to choke the crap out of somebody until Saturday morning.
Okay.
I show up a half hour before work, right? And I go to the Wawa that's nearby because I need 2 pounds of pressure in my left front tire. 2 pounds of pressure.
I love their air pressure thing there. Best ones in town.
Yeah.
2 pounds.
So-
2 pounds of pressure.
When I pull in a half hour before work to go get air my tires before going to work, the guy who pulls in front of me is making a beeline for the air too. Okay, he was here first. I back off. I do a circle in the parking lot and park where I can see him. This guy, I swear, it's like he's never done this before.
It's so easy there.
15 minutes. It took him 15 minutes to do this. All right? He goes around. He pulls in first forward, right? And then I park and I start watching him waiting my turn. He all of a sudden realizes, I want to do the back tires first. So he gets in his car, back in his car after checking the tires, turns around and backs up into it. Then starts filling the air on the tires. And he was way overinflating them. I know how long it takes to get air in there. I've done this before.
Okay.
But he was overinflating his tires.
Is it the new Wawas where you go,
yeah,
I'm 50 PSI,
yeah,
and you just walk up and you hold it there, and it knows you don't have to do anything. It's so simple.
I know.
I love those Wawas.
I know.
I was happy because I lived by Route 1. I was Route 1 and Route 3. I was happy when they built it.
He did the back tires, pulled out, turned back around to pull in forward, and did the front tires. Not only did he go to the front tires, he went to the back tires again and did those again.
Why did he have to back?
Don't get me started.
Why did he have to back up? I didn't go to
All right.
Why did he have to remove?
15 minutes go by. All right. I have 15 minutes before work. He finally pulls out.
Were you in an obvious spot where he would see you and know that you were a waiting customer?
He saw me and looked at me several times. All right. He starts pulling out, and he pulls out in front of me. So it's not like as soon as he leaves, I can pull in. He pulls out in front of me, so I have to wait for him to pass. And at that moment, someone comes speeding around the parking lot and pulls straight in.
So who's the one you wanted to hit?
Both of them. But neither of them deserved it. All right? He didn't deserve my rage from that 15-minute guy, the guy who didn't see me and just pulled in because, oh, that guy's done. What a convenient chance for me. And just pulls right in. I would have done the same thing in his position. But if I was going to kick his ass, it wouldn't be right to him because I'm carrying that anger from that dude who's took 15 minutes to overinflate his tires. All right? I couldn't chase down the guy who was there before me because he was leaving, and I left right after this, but I did shout something first. And he sees me following him, and he's like, is this guy going to kill me? And I was like, not this time, motherfucker. I'm mad at that guy. If I kick your ass, you're going to think it's because I was mad at him. If I kick his ass, he's not going to know that I was mad at you. So I go to another Wawa and fill up my tire. All right, but as I'm pulling out, this guy's getting out of his car who just immediately jumped in front of me in line, right? He's getting out of his car. I roll down my window and say, "Sweet Christmas!" And he gets this look on his face like, "Whoa, I don't understand." And he wouldn't understand why I was so angry. But I wanted to kill him, and I knew it was wrong. But I couldn't just walk away without the rage going off, you know.
Well, Sweet Christmas is a very good method. I'm proud of you.
That guy went home to his wife.
He's like, you would not believe what happened to me today.
Honey, a guy wished me a sweet Christmas. It's February. And he said it really angry. I don't know what's going on.
I was so pissed.
He's an angry.
I was so angry, man. And I couldn't do anything about it. I was so mad. I know I would have hurt one of them, but at the same time, they would either not know why or think I was mad at somebody else.
See, that
okay.
sounds like a good thing. That not only you experience that rage, but you let it out without it being directed at one specific person.
Well, instead of people because people react to anger with anger. You know, people react with randomness with confusion. You know, it's like, what was Sweet Christmas? He was a white guy, so he probably hadn't seen Luke Cage.
Probably did.
Know?
How old was he?
Yeah, older than us.
All right.
Yeah.
He did it. See, I at a certain point, I would have got out and say, "Excuse me, sir, can I help you? I am kind of in a rush."
Not me, because I was so mad at that point I couldn't.
Because my wife,
pull it back in,
my wife may have been one of those people because back prior to the Wawa getting those, it was either myself and I since graduated my son to be the air boy, and so we would stop by periodically at the various locations that gave free air.
Okay, air boy.
And we have written down what the PSI was, but it was always that gauge that you had to pay attention. So when the Wawa came out with that, I educated my wife because I'm not always there to help her.
Right.
And
if you have a vehicle, you should know how to do.
And then the first time she's always relied. I mean, on myself and my son. So she went there the first time and she was confused. But the old lady that was in your position waiting say, "Oh, have you done that before, honey? Can I help you?" She goes, "Yeah, I'm not sure." And she showed her. And then my wife did the remaining 3 tires. And then she's been doing it fine since then. I think it's just an education because those are strange the first time that you drive out. Now, I think a normal human being that's aware of air pressure and sees a button there can figure the damn thing out. But the first time you do it, I mean, I did it. I stretched it over my little car. It wasn't a big deal. But I think you could have used it as a teaching moment and said, "Can I help you, sir?"
No.
And your anger would have been dissipated.
No. That would, number one, involves talking to somebody I don't want to talk to.
Oh, you should talk to everybody.
No.
It's an opportunity to make a new friend.
If he was a hot girl, it'd be a different story. All right?
He could have been Rebecca Felgate's manager. You never know.
She needs a new manager because that guy's an idiot.
Okay, it could be his uncle, her uncle.
I mean, seriously, if you're talking about 15 minutes, not including
That could have
backing
been
up
John
in and out of the
Felgate.
spot, in and out of the spot, all right? Not including that, you're talking maybe 4 minutes sitting there on each tire.
Yeah, that's stupid.
He overinflated his dumbass.
I mean, it's 55 psi or whatever the hell it is. It does it itself.
But I don't think he knew how to do it. He was just using it as like a regular thing, just looking at the pressure.
So you could have walked over and
No,
moment.
no.
Yes.
Do your own homework.
No.
If you can't follow basic stuff, that's not my problem. That's your problem. Thank you for being stupid. I don't have.
You can educate the stupid people out there and give them a chance. I was confused at first. Of course, I'm not an idiot. I figured it out. Like, oh, I must put the PSI I need here. Let me see what happens. Oh, that's cool. It automatically stops and self measures so it doesn't overinflate until it gets to whatever PSI you set. My hardest part is the stupid fucking wheel.
I know how this works.
See, my problem is the wheel because I can never remember the PSI, and then you can never see the damn thing on the wheel.
How many cars do you own?
Me, one. My wife's one. But I can never remember the PSI. I have a horrible memory for stupid, trivial facts.
Seriously, a moose bit my sister once. Also wick.
But it just needs. They just need to make a big freaking number on the side of the wheel, 30 PSI or whatever the hell it needs to be. So you might be like, what the hell's that guy doing sitting down there looking at his tire? I'm trying to figure out the PSI because I can't remember.
I understand if you're looking at the tire to see if there's a PSI written on it. I can understand and respect the time you take to do that. I can also respect the time you take to look in your manual to be sure. I understand that. I'm not getting pissed because people don't memorize which tires get what PSI. All right? If you're at like 4 minutes on a tire, you're overinflating it, dude.
Let's put it this way. If you weren't rushing to work, you would have been annoyed.
I wasn't rushing. I was a half hour early.
All right. But if you didn't have someplace to go, you would have been annoyed, but not as mad. But I still think it was a teaching moment. You should stretch yourself as a human being.
No.
And say, excuse me, sir,
Nope.
do you need some assistance?
Nope.
Can I educate you on this new fandangled contraption?
No.
Shut it down. Are we ready to jump into some news?
Let me calm down a little bit. I mean, I haven't been that mad in a while. It felt good. I felt like a madman again.
I love being mad over the show. That's why I was mad over the stupid damn groundhog.
Oh, boy. You want to talk about a rodeo?
Yes.
Okay.
Do we have a choice?
This is funny because only in Texas, right? Only in Texas. All right, steer gets a taste of freedom after escaping a butcher shop. This is from Fox News, by the way. A steer made a run for its life after escaping a butcher in the Parker County town of Weatherford, Texas. The, quote, cutting horse capital of the world. I hope they have a bunch of signs.
Cutting horse?
I guess it's a type of horse. Who cares? They're evil. They're all evil. All right, the bovine escaped from the Hamilton Meats Butcher Shop last Thursday. How'd the escape happen? Okay. And roamed the busy streets and evaded capture from police and animal control services for nearly 2 hours. You can go see a video on this because they released the films, dashboard cams and stuff like that. The steer almost made it home free until it ran into a couple of cowboys on horseback. Does that happen a lot there?
Wait. So a cow escapes from a butcher shop, runs into two cowboys while on its escape, and they take it down.
It's either a setup or that just happens all the time out there.
It is Texas. There's cowboys all over the damn place.
Their news is getting lazy. Now they're just running stories that are like 100 years old and hoping there's nobody around old enough that read that article. That story is from 100 years ago.
Not when you listen to the rest of this.
Last week.
All right. The steer almost made it home free until it ran into a couple of cowboys on horseback. Blake Davies and Justin Farber managed to rope down the steer in the middle of a busy street near Taco Bell and returned it to a butcher.
That wasn't 100 years ago.
Exactly. This is today, because Taco Bell's like, no, we don't want it. That's
Wait,
meat.
you said it happens in Texas.
Are there like cowboys just riding down the street? Let's go
Taco
up.
Bell might have been a derogatory thing that cowboys used to describe any Mexican food
Hey,
place.
Blake, you want to go get some Taco Bell? Yeah, let's take the horses.
Exactly.
Oh, look, a steer.
Texas. Oh, what our luck. I just happen to have some rope, too, and training.
Hey, let's ring that bell on that signpost over there. You know, that bell that when you ring it, the little Mexican guy comes brings you tacos.
I'm more angry at myself for laughing at that joke.
All right, here's a quote from Davies. I just did what I had to do. I just run up there and thank God everybody stopped and seen me coming. I come blowing out that intersection right there towards at Walmart. I was going fast, and so was that cow. The Weatherford Police Department posted the dash cam video, all right, of the very determined bovine on Facebook, and has gotten 6.2 million views. Go look for that video, because it's hilarious. The police aren't doing shit. They're like, we don't want the cow to sue us. Hashtag Cow Lives Matter. You know, I mean, it's so there's like, call the cowboys.
Was it a white cow or a black cow?
Tan, brownish.
Why are we making a race? Why are we making a racist?
It was
He
kind of
did.
brown in color.
So this was a racist incident.
It was kind of brown in color in Texas. No, cops can't handle that one.
No, cows don't have races. That
That's
doesn't
a
make
PR.
sense.
Yeah, cows don't have that kind of understanding. They're just chew all day long. That's all they think about.
because that's just the color of their fur. Their skin's all the same color underneath.
Do you ever think like if a cow burps at all four stomachs at the same time? You wonder what that sensation is like. Because if you like burp with one stomach, you get like that strange tickle sensation. So if you have like four stomachs and they all burp at the same time, where you like poop yourself or something. Anyway, I always think about stuff like that. Why would you need four stomachs? And what's it like with four stomachs? Human centipede. Anyway.
I imagine that you could digest more complicated to digest
Yeah,
things.
that's the point.
You could eat a lot more corn and peanuts.
Yeah.
Peanuts.
Anyway, cowboys exist still. All right. What's the worst thing you want on your walls?
Shit.
Honey.
Oh, okay. I'd rather have honey than shit. To answer your question.
Honey is more sticky than shit.
This article implies that the people still live there.
Yeah. That's what I love about it. This is what I love about it. All right. This is from AOL.com. All right. So, grain of salt.
Is that 100 years ago?
Yeah. This is from Spring, Texas. Another Texas craziness. A simple roof repair has a spring woman in a sticky situation. That's a pun. When roofers came out to LaTanya Levine's house, they made a startling discovery. They discovered there was a bee problem. Told me, they should be in parentheses there. They told me that he couldn't do anything on the roof until something was done about the bees. Imagine these roofers getting up on the roof and they're like, whoa. All of a sudden these bees start flying out. Ow, 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 ow. Imagine how many people got stung. Like, look, you need to fix this bee problem before we continue this work. So that was the situation. And a homeowner said professionals were able to close the hole from which the bees were coming. Bad move. Allowing the construction work to continue. But when Levine returned to her 2-story house, she realized the situation was worse than imagined. She found honey dripping from the walls. It's a problem that she has been dealing with for 3 to 4 days. It's coming down the ceiling, down the walls. I'm mopping it up, mopping up the walls. You have to mop it. It's sugar. That's what I mean.
Otherwise, she'll have ants too.
I mean, shit may smell worse. Yeah, that's how you get ants, Otherberry.
She needs a honey badger. Honey badger don't take no shit.
Right. Let me see. Damn these ads. When Newsfix visited the home, the sweet syrup was found pouring down the walls in thin straight lines and creating sticky puddles on the floor. Horrible, right? There's pictures on this website where you can see just this horrible, horrible mess. This is a quote from Miss Levine. It's going to other walls and coming through other places, and you can see it's coming through cracks and crevices in the crown molding. It's everywhere. Busy bees. How many are in there?
That's just crazy.
It's got to be thousands.
It's like stigmatica with instead
Right.
of blood. There's honey dripping down your walls.
Here is the rub. The federal government added honeybees to the National Endangered Species list last year. So killing the insects is out of the question. So what's the obvious thing to do?
Move.
Smoke them out. Behind me, what the hell is this?
Dude, the house has got to be valuable now. Sell it.
Sell it to a
No. Bees aren't valuable.
Honey's valuable.
Honey is valuable, but
They are when they're
this
endangered.
soaked through drywall. It's delicious.
They're valuable when they're endangered.
It's local honey. Make you help boost your immune system. All right, this is a quote from her. Behind me is where they pulled out the bees. They smoked them out and put them directly into their colonies. So I guess they had people come by with colonies and like trying to smoke them into them. They must have been 50,000 bees that were swarming everywhere. But I asked them if they got the queen bee. They said no. Sorry, Ripley.
Thank you for your bees.
You gotta go in there. 1 minute to minimum safe distance. I think you're right. They got to blow up the house. Whoa. This facility represents a significant financial investment on the part of the company. Memory. How much PSI does my tire? I don't know. What are you guys doing with that lump 3 feet above your ass? I memorize stuff I read in comic books.
I'm trying to put myself in a position where there's bees in my attic and I can't do anything about it. I'm selling my house. Bees live there now. They're not the kind of people you can rent to.
Bees, no, they don't pay rent. Oh, we got another pound of honey for you.
Hey, honey, don't pay the bills.
Drywall honey. Yeah. Put a tap in there?
All right, let's move to these ISIS guys living like Westerners. Fair weather fighters. This is Fox News now. Fair weather fighters. ISIS jihadists claim headaches, bad backs to get out of battle. Documents show. Headaches, bad backs, and general malaise are plaguing the ranks of ISIS, with jihadists calling out sick from the fight to save their caliphate, according to a report.
Where's the HR department? Who's reporting and calculating these statistics?
This is rife with fun. So
they didn't get.
It's obviously that DARPA has been used to rain nuclear rain on them so that their radiation levels are elevated and they're not nauseous all the time. Obviously.
Yeah, maybe it's ELF too.
Yeah, that
Concentrated
and MK Ultra, somewhere mixed in there.
Illuminati's part of it somehow. I know it.
It's obvious, right? I mean,
Are we done with this? I'm going to read some news now. Foreign fighters, in particular, seem to be going soft in the face of an offensive led by the Iraqi national military, Kurdish fighters, and international forces. Documents discovered in recently liberated sections of Mosul show how the fair-weather jihadists go to great lengths to get out of combat. The Washington Post reported that Iraqi forces who took over an ISIS base in Mosul found a document lamenting 14 quote-unquote problem fighters from the Tariq bin Ziyad battalion. On the surface, the reports that militants were on the ropes in former stronghold cities appears to be a good thing, but some disenfranchised members may work their way back to Europe. All right. Quote, he doesn't want to fight and wants to return to France, one note reportedly said in the about a 24-year-old Algerian who came and joined ISIS, who is a resident of France. He claims his will is martyrdom operation in France. He wants to go home. Claims sick but doesn't have a medical report. He didn't have a note. He's in trouble with ISIS.
He's not allowed back to work without that doctor's note.
Another man from Kosovo complained of a headache. Omar, today's the day. I got a headache. Can we do it tomorrow? I'm just really not feeling up to it.
Hey,
I need to be, at
don't
my
make
peak.
fun of him. That's an FML related condition. He's allowed to have his, time off. That doesn't affect his.
I need to talk to you about my FICA.
listen, I was out drinking late last night and kind of got the squirts today. I'm not going to be able to make it in.
Yeah, I can't do a suicide bombing with the squirts. The reports listed where each militant was from, his number of wives, and the number of slave girls he has.
Oh, that's nice. I guess if I had slave girls, I'd call in sick too.
Horrible. Yeah, I mean, if anyone thinks that this is not the enemy,
Well, they're definitely the enemy.
okay. All right. All right, the report said it is impossible to verify the documents. But Iraqi officers believe that they are legitimate. Last month, President Donald Trump called ISIS fighters sneaky, dirty rats. We have evil that lurks around every corner without the uniforms, he told Fox News' Sean Hannity. Ours is harder because the people we're going against, they don't wear uniforms. They're sneaky, dirty rats, and they blow up people in shopping center, and they blow up people in a church. Major General Joseph Martin, commanding general of the 1st Infantry Division, said he has not received any change to his orders in prosecuting the ISIS war in Iraq and Syria. When asked if the military could do more to stop the terrorists, he responded with, "Our role is where it needs to be right now." That's military for, I don't know. I don't know. We're doing exactly what we need to be doing. Martin said that there was significantly higher operational tempo in the fight for the terror of the group's stronghold in Mosul. I don't know if you heard about this. There's a big fight going on in Mosul.
There is?
Okay.
Didn't hear that.
Yeah, it's like Rocky 7, bro.
However, it's nothing. Okay, anyway. However, it started late last year when Iraqi forces supported by U.S. air power started pushing ISIS out of many of the lower fortifications in the city. I'm sure you've heard all this before. Lieutenant Colonel Muhannad al-Tamimi, the leader of the group who found the documents in a desk drawer, told the paper, when those fighters refuse to fight, it means that they realize this organization is fake Islam and not the one they came for. It's like, shit, dude. How far into Syria before you pull that together? I don't know. I thought these were going to be like, we're going to have revivals, potluck dinners. No, but I mean, we got slave girls.
Fair weather jihadists.
They promised us 72 virgins.
I really think
Too far?
No.
no. I really think that's a good band name now. Fair weather jihadists. Just saying.
Jihadist sick day.
That's a good one. Points.
All right. Who's in the lead?
Well, you right now, because this is the first time.
All right.
That's the
Am I
first-
close enough to $100,000?
Points aren't dollars.
Aw.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves yet. We don't even have any advertisers.
Yeah.
Though with the points, we might be able to get at midnight to.
Is there an email address where
To sue
advertisers?
us.
Is there an email address where advertisers can?
Yeah, go give your email address. There is one. Let me see if I can pull that up.
All right. Well, I'll go into this.
I think it's admin@fxbgpr.com.
Okay.
Yeah, FXB. Yeah,
Admin?
admin@fxbgpr.com, I believe.
I don't even want to guess what the password to that is. Anyway, I probably know it. Anyway, I don't know if you've been looking on eBay lately because I haven't been on there in years. You know, I'm
You know what? I haven't been on eBay in a long time. Now that you mention it,
Amazon. Usually I get something new. Amazon's cheap.
and eBay's a headache. You know, it's cool if you want rare and interesting things like a Cheeto shaped like Harambe.
Can I put a bid in on that?
I think the current bid is $99,700.
I'd like to retract my bid.
No, I'd keep your bid in there because if they don't pay, doesn't it go down to the next guy? So if your bid for $1 it could still be good.
The obsession with Harambe peaked Monday after an eBay user claimed to have found a flamin' hot Cheeto in the shape of the gorilla that was killed at the Cincinnati Zoo last year. Value Stamps Inc., a Burbank, California user, listed the snack piece. The initial bidding started at a modest $11.99. That's bold.
It's flavorful.
It's flamin' hot.
Do I get points for that one?
He's playing with his phone now.
No, I'm listening. It's just like I can't put myself in a position where there's anything that biodegradable, that edible, that easily fragile.
Well, people pay these ridiculous things for
Cheeto.
Yeah, for what is it?
It's a single
French toast with the Virgin Mary in it.
But it's a slice of bread. It's a single Cheeto. It means nothing.
I know that. I mean, but the current bid, as of Tuesday, is $99,700, which only goes to show people have more money than sense.
Dude, this is orchestrated by the Illuminati.
Right.
It's a way for
Yeah,
people to exchange
MK
large
Ultra.
amounts. They're exchanging large amounts of money, and it doesn't look sketchy because they're buying a Harambe Cheeto.
Drug deals.
This is the new generation's drug dealer, man. I'm telling you.
Perhaps. Is that why like every other free dating site is just a haven for prostitutes
Yeah, man.
and porn sites? Do girls know that? That's what I want to know. Do they know that when I use Tinder is like 80%
Are
of the girls
hookers.
are on there are prostitutes? Do they know that?
I didn't know that.
I
Of course,
did-
I don't use
Yeah,
Tinder.
I didn't know that either.
And it would, but you know, like 30% of them are like porn sites. Hey, check out my site. Oh, I gotta have a password. How do I get a password? Oh, I gotta pay.
Don't think I'll just go to Pornhub.com. Sponsored this section. Sponsored by.
They haven't sent us any money, so they didn't even say that. Send us money. Bring money. All right. According to USA Today, the item sparked imitators, which bound to happen. Listing for Harambe Gorilla Poop popped up on the auction site.
Your Miller Lite can there kind of looks like Harambe. I think we might get a couple bucks out of
I
it.
doubt it. You remember what happened with Harambe? He didn't kill a kid and he got killed himself.
Yeah, I remember the story. Hey, what is the most amount of money that you would be willing to spend for a single Cheeto?
A Cheeto?
And what would it have to look like for you to be willing to spend more than $1 on it?
Nothing. There'd be
More
no
than
reason.
$1?
I mean, think about that. Like if there was a Freddie Mercury or a Queen
A Donald
album
Trump.
cover,
A Donald Trump Cheeto definitely is worth about $5.
$5. So,
Because I would want to take a couple Instagram pics of
so
that.
is that your cap then? I'd spend no more than $5 on a single Cheeto that
Yeah.
looked like something.
Yeah. But I'm trying to think if there was something cooler. Nah. Maybe a pretzel shaped like the rebel symbol or something like that. You know, from Star Wars.
Okay, I could kind of see that, but still, like
You
$5.
could shape it like there'd be nothing.
It's a food item.
There'd be nothing. What are you gonna do with it? Are you gonna put it up on display?
Take a picture of
I
me.
mean, for $99,000, you're not gonna eat it.
Hey,
it on your mantle?
This is gonna be the best picture of me ever. I spent $99,000 on it. Take a picture of me taking a bite out of this Cheeto.
That would be awesome. As if somebody paid $100,000 for this Cheeto, and then they released a video. It was like, all right, I'm opening the box with my Cheeto in it, and they pull it out. And it's like, there it is. Looks like Harambe, right? And then just eat it.
Just ate it.
That was delicious Cheeto. It's flaming hot.
So help me.
That would be awesome.
If that's what happens, I am gonna shit my pants.
Hilarious.
Donald Trump.
I'm the one who bought it. This is gonna be huge.
I'm gonna eat this delicious gorilla.
Oh, that does sound like fun. I gotta get back. All right. Oh, Harambe Cheeto, you're so delicious. All right, we're going to Heat Street.
The wonderful right news source.
Right wing news source, Heat Street.
It's so aggressively
I know.
right. It's
I love it.
hilarious.
All right, I need some beer for that one. All right. University of Central Florida campus progressives start a leftist fight club to battle the GOP. Students at the University of Central Florida are buffing up to fight Donald Trump in their newly formed leftist fight club. Having already broken the first rule of Fight Club.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. By, of course, mentioning that they intend to hold a fight club, the so-called Knights of Socialism launched a Facebook page. Why? Anyway, they have invited members of all quote-unquote marginalized communities, except Republicans, parenthetically, to come to a seminar to learn how to cold cock Nazis.
Wow.
I love that sentence. That is my favorite sentence in this article. Starts with, they have invited all members of, quote, marginalized communities, end quote, parenthetically, except Republicans, to come to a seminar to learn how to cold cock Nazis. That is a brilliantly constructed sentence.
Except Republicans. Essentially
Yeah.
marginalizing Republicans.
You know, as white guys, we got so bad. Quote, in response to the record number of hate crimes against Latins, immigrants, Muslims, women, the LGBT community, Jews, African Americans, and other minorities since the rise of Donald Trump, and other alt-right neo-Nazis, Knights of Socialism has decided to host a series of self-defense clinics for anyone that wants to learn how to bash the fash.
Bash the fash. Wow.
Now that's funny. The Knights apparently having difficulty attracting women to their party.
Hold on, let me prepare for some surprise there.
Faced added an update claiming that because the commander-in-chief, Thief, spelling in check, is a sexual predator and rapist, they expect sexual assault to skyrocket over the next year because now that he's president, he's going to sexually assault people more.
Oh, they're talking about Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I thought their leader of their socialistic Knights was a commander-in-chief. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
That's funny.
No,
It's not. That's why I'm being sarcastic.
According to campus reform, students were instructed by a boxing coach who taught them the basics of hand-to-hand combat. Oh my God! You go to one boxing class, you're gonna I'm gonna teach people how to defend themselves. Look, self-defense is like a long process to learn. You can't there's not an app for that. So, good luck, because Republicans, like myself, have been not versed in self-defense for a long, long time because crazy liberals, you never know what they're going to do. They're either crazy left or crazy right. Crazy left, they want to spit on you for being intolerant. Oh, the irony! Or they want to blow you up for being too far right. It's a circle. Every ideology can lead to hate. Moderation. All right. Then they practice on each other. This is my favorite part. Bunch of liberals beating the piss out of each other. We're socialists and awesome.
For fun.
They bare knuckle box. They're not allowed to bare knuckle box, and they wear gloves and padding. I don't know if you know.
Fight Club.
That's not fighting. Yeah.
Bunch of weenies.
Yeah. You got to break your hand a couple times, or
Well,
else.
that's a leftist fight club.
Yeah. It's a slap fight.
Some students. They're using pillows.
Take that, you evil neo-Nazi. Some students at the UCF camp told Campus Reform that they complained to the school's administration, saying that the event makes them feel unsafe. After all, the school's progressive community appeared to be actively promoting violence against Republicans. Though the Knights say they were just trying to help. People should learn self-defense, if you ask me. But don't do it. It's because we're going to have to kick the shit out of Republicans. It's no.
No, they weren't saying they're going to kick the shit out of the Republicans. They weren't
It's
including
implied.
Republicans. But they want to kick the shit out of the Nazis.
But
Why would Republicans not be welcome?
But people who seek out self-defense training
Because Republicans didn't need
usually
help.
have an objective or an enemy or an experience that happened. It's I got raped. For example, God forbid this ever happens ever again. But women who will be raped will seek out self-defense. All right? I understand that. You should have learned it before, but it's good that you're running it now.
You say that, though, because you believe everyone should know it.
Everyone should know self-defense.
Not as if it's her fault that it happened because you weren't ready.
Obviously.
But everyone should
That's what I meant. Obviously. But that's when you seek it out, Or, even as a man, it's this guy just got out of the car, and beat the crap out of me, and I feel powerless. So now I want to work out. Now I want to learn how to protect myself, And that's the nature of violence, because you are going to encounter violence in our world, and so by all means, learn self-defense. That being said, you don't want to come out there with focus. If you're over there hitting the bag and all you are visualizing is the rapist or the guy who kicked the shit out of you,
that doesn't help you.
Or the perceived enemy. This is Donald Trump. You have a Donald Trump punching bag. You even put some hair on it so it flaps when you hit it. It's awesome. That kind of focus is unhealthy, especially when it comes to martial arts and stuff like that. Is because your anger leads to hate. You're using your rage, and that cultivates hate. I'm sorry, there's a little bit of truth in Star Wars movies.
Yep,
your focus determines your reality. Anger leads to hate. I mean, it's very simple. Sorry about my positive rants, everybody. But hey, we got Tom here now. You want to go to the next
I'm
news
just
story?
mad about the damn groundhog.
Still.
Nothing wrong with that. I hate horses still. And Wyoming.
You want
to talk about these banned license plates in Maryland?
Yeah, I assume that there was a list that went along with this.
I didn't find the list, but just imagine. All right, I just want to read a couple of these ones that are listed in the article. This is from WTOP.com. This is in Washington, or Maryland, basically. Some of the 4,900 forbidden vanity license plates in Maryland are scatological, suggest violence, glorify drug use, or are overly sexual. Regardless of why, they've all ended up on the Motor Vehicles Administration's, quote, objectionable plate list. All right. Maryland's MVA has approved more than 75,400 vanity plates, according to the Baltimore Sun, which included a link to MVA's entire list of banned plates. Oh, there is a link. You want to go to that while I read the article?
The link is in the article.
Well, I want to read the article, so
Okay, I'll pull the link up.
Someone pull the list up. All right. Some of the plates are mildly scatological, old fart, or more questionable, like WTF-OMG. References to drugs, including LUDES, are on the ban list. It's like, can you even get lewds anymore? Can you guys get me some lewds?
Quaaludes.
Because lewds were Quaaludes, right? And then
Yeah.
what the hell were Quaaludes?
I don't know.
They're OxyContin.
So, yeah, I'm sure they're obsolete now.
Well, probably that's what they're using now, because wasn't it just prescription drugs?
All right. Sexual braggadocio, is that Italian? Including gigolo, is forbidden. In addition, how about jiggly? Can you use jiggly?
Jiggly.
In addition, because that's a female gigolo. In addition, most references to sexual orientation are on the objectionable list, including gay and gay love.
So did they strike 3CP off of it then?
But that's not. Now, I can tell you, there's a license plate near where I work, because everybody has one, and it was same love. And I assume the person's homosexual. Actually, I know the person's homosexual.
Same love?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
But that's alluding towards a sexual orientation.
not necessarily. Not as much as gay love is. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's not offensive to me.
There are shades of gray, buddy. At least 50 of them. At least 50 of them. In the case of 3MTA3, they banned that one. Because, eat me backwards.
Nice.
That's not cool.
I do have the full list.
Yeah, have you been looking through that list? Have you seen any, good ones?
The first one, right off the bat, is a badass.
A badass?
ABADASS.
That's like that Ass Man episode of Seinfeld. You can't get away with it. Yeah.
Proctologist.
Yeah.
You can't get away with that.
A bitch.
A bitch?
Mm-hmm. ACDC.
This is what I mean. It's like
Why not AC/DC?
somebody tried to apply for a vanity plate with a bitch.
A-hole. A-hole with a zero. A hoole. H0OLE. Anus.
Anus man.
Ass fuck.
Anus tart.
Ass fuck for real?
Ass fuck. Asshole with just HOL. Asshole with the E backwards was
Three.
E is a 3.
Yeah.
A bunch of variations of asshole.
Several different kinds of asshole.
So we're just scraping the surface of the A's. So I'm sure there's like a bunch more.
Some variations of. There's an ass man.
Ass man.
There is. I want to be the ass man.
How about anus tart? Anyone get that reference?
Anus tart.
Asshole with 5s for the S's.
Anus tart. ANUSTART.
Anus tart. I get it.
Badass.
So
You have to have some cojones to have badass as your.
can you get cojones?
Yeah. Bag. Why would they ban bag?
Ball bag.
What balls there?
Yeah, I'm an umpire.
Balls. Bangus.
Bangus?
Bang bus. I missed.
Bang bus. How about pussy wagon?
I didn't get to the
It's
P.
way too many letters. It's way too many letters.
Bitch, please, without the T.
Bitch, please.
Big ass, big cock with a 0, big nuts, big tits.
How are these not already banned? Like, these seem like obvious ones.
They had to
me.
make a new law for it.
Bateau job.
Okay, we got 5 minutes left. There's a bunch of them. People are idiots. Just think about how many people have to apply for. Think of all these names. Like somebody seriously tried to apply for a license plate.
Blowjob.
Yeah, with blowjob. I'm going to get blowjob on my license plate. Here's the money. Paid for the opportunity. I want to get on that list in Maryland. Blue balls?
Listen, I want to make sure I want to make sure my grandmother never gets in my car again.
All right. Tom's going to be busy for a while. He's like, these are boner.
Boner.
All right.
Yeah. Actually, boner's there.
This is another one from WTOP. Woman dies after getting stuck in a clothing drop box.
Okay, so what kind of clothing drop box are we talking about here?
Boobs.
I don't know. It was a clothing drop box, probably for like Goodwill or something.
Okay, because
Like one of the big,
the first thought that came in my head
or
were
like the
those
mailbox size ones.
Big ones.
the first thing that came to my head was the chute that like
Yeah.
is on the 3rd floor of a building, and like you open the thing is like a garbage chute.
Maybe. It's from Natalie, Pennsylvania. I've never been to Natalie, Pennsylvania. She died after she got her arm caught in a clothing donation drop-off box.
Oh, so
All right.
yeah, that's exactly what it's describing.
Northumberland County Coroner James Kelly says 56-year-old, 56, you should know better, Judith Permar died from a combination of trauma injury she sustained in an accident and hypothermia.
So she froze to death.
Yeah, and
Partially.
the injuries and probably the blood flow. The coroner says the Mount Carmel woman used a step stool to reach into the bin, so it was a big bin. All right, and her left arm became stuck when the stool collapsed. She broke her left arm and wrist and couldn't get free because her arm was apparently jammed in this thing. She broke her arm and wrist, and she's just sitting there dangling.
Yikes.
Yeah. Investigators believe she went to the drop box at about 2 a.m. Sunday, and she was found dead more than 6 hours later. Just sitting there dangling, suffocating slowly. Like, that's kind of how Jesus died, you know. Except
No,
it was
are
the
they
bleeding.
alluding to like she went to the Dropbox 2:00 in the morning and got stuck because she stood on a stool reaching into it? Was she trying to steal from the Dropbox?
That's what it sounds like. But is that karma, or does karma take too much? Did karma take too much?
That's too much.
I don't know how she lived.
Because if she's stealing from the drop
Look,
box,
you don't know how
she must be poor. And she realized, well, yeah, she's stealing from other poor, but
or she's the Incredible Hulk.
or she's Incredible Hulk, and she ripped her clothes, and
Yeah.
she needed to get.
Yeah, but also
That's not. It's too much karma. Karma's a bitch there.
Dropbox is located along a highway in Natalie, a tiny village of Mount Carmel Township. It's about 60 miles northeast of Harrisonburg.
She could have been recovering something she didn't actually mean to go and put in there.
yes, these are all possible.
It's like a
these
it's
are
like
all
a Family Guy
possibilities.
episode.
What do you think, EK?
I mean, I think it was at 2:00 in the morning. She's driving around, or she on foot. Is she homeless? They don't really talk about her background.
Yeah, they don't say anything about her. Karma took too
'Cause if
much,
you-
first of all, and if she's
she's a
stealing from a
homeless-
bin, yeah,
If she's a homeless woman, then there's a bigger issue here.
yeah.
And if she's not
If
a
she-
homeless woman, if she drove up there and she's stealing from a donation box,
She
then-
died of hypothermia. She was probably cold.
that's what I'm saying.
was 2 a.m..
Yeah, 2 a.m. She's cold. She's trying, yeah, I'm saying
Karma took too much, huh?
maybe. Or maybe, she had a shit life and she was ready to check out and she didn't have to do it the hard way.
It's a shame.
Yep.
Hey, who's your favorite new kid on the block?
I'm more of a Murky Mark fan, but
I think Donnie Wahlberg. He's better. Mark Wahlberg's always just taking his shirt off. Donnie Wahlberg, though, I mean, he's like serious actor.
A serious actor.
I'll have to go with the Wahlberg brothers.
But Donnie Wahlberg, he was in the New Kids on the
He
Block.
was in New
Mark
Kids.
Wahlberg wasn't.
NKOB. Well, I know he was Murky
Mark-
Mark.
He doesn't
Mark
count,
and the
so you
Funky
can't
Bunch.
even.
So to answer your original question, I'll go with
Who's
Donnie.
your favorite new kid?
Donnie,
Why? Awesome actor? What
I
about
just-
John Knight?
because he had the cool leather jacket. He was like the kind of goober trying to be all cool with the cool leather jacket.
Man, I hated those days. When it was like they're everywhere.
Oh,
It was- Oh, God.
The
Remember
right stuff.
Milli Vanilli?
Yes.
Oh, they were everywhere
Girl,
too.
you know it's true.
And it's like
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
when that lip sync thing came out,
Mm-hmm.
that was the exact moment everyone was already sick of it. I think at that moment when that broke, the news of that broke, everyone was they've run their course. And then the news broke, and they're like, "Yeah, fucking get rid of them. Take their Grammys away." And everyone is fine with it.
One dude kills himself. I mean,
Thank you for keeping that much flavor, Fruit Stripe. Spitting you out. Oh man, it's 7:01.
yeah, it's time to wrap it up, I guess.
Yeah.
I got MILF. That's my favorite license.
Got MILF. They wouldn't approve that. That's
Nope.
nice.
And I only got through the G's.
He's gonna look at the rest of them later.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be some research. All right, let's wrap this show up.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. I'm the Madman, and we love you.
And this is ZK, along with listener Tom.
Good night, everybody.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.